Tonight, we're going to take a slow and peaceful journey across the only world known to cradle life. There is nothing you need to remember. There is nothing you need to solve. This is not a test, and there will be no questions waiting for you at the end. The only thing you are invited to do is listen, breathe, and gradually let your thoughts drift as we wander across mountains, oceans, forests, deserts, clouds, and stars, discovering the quiet wonders of our remarkable home. So, before we begin, settle into the most comfortable position you can find. Allow your shoulders to soften. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Unclench your jaw. Take one slow breath in through your nose, and gently breathe out. Again, a calm breath in, and an even slower breath out. As your breathing finds its own peaceful rhythm, imagine yourself floating far above the earth, so high that the world beneath you appears as a beautiful blue marble suspended in the endless darkness of space. From this extraordinary distance, there are no roads, no borders, no buildings, and no signs of the busy lives unfolding below. There is only a brilliant sphere wrapped in swirling white clouds, glowing softly beneath the warm light of the sun. It looks peaceful. It looks timeless. It looks almost fragile. Yet this beautiful world has survived unimaginable changes for billions of years. Long before the first tree stretched toward the sky, long before the first dinosaur walked across ancient plains, long before the first human ever gazed upward and wondered what lay beyond the clouds, the earth was already spinning quietly through the darkness. It still is. Every single second that passes, our planet continues its graceful rotation. Although it may seem perfectly still beneath your feet, the Earth is constantly moving. If you happen to live near the equator, you're traveling through space at more than 1,600 kilometers every hour simply because the planet is turning. Even in places much farther north or south, where the speed is lower, you're still moving astonishingly fast. Yet you never notice. There is no sensation of rushing, no wind pressing against your face, no vibration beneath your feet. Everything around you moves together with the earth, creating the comforting illusion that the world is perfectly still. It is one of nature's gentlest tricks. The planet rotates once every 24 hours, giving us the familiar rhythm of sunrise and sunset. Morning slowly becomes afternoon. Afternoon gently fades into evening. Night quietly welcomes sleep. Somewhere on Earth, the sun is always rising. Somewhere else, golden evening light is stretching across distant mountains. In another place, rain taps softly against rooftops while families settle in for dinner. And somewhere beneath a blanket of stars, someone else is already asleep, dreaming peacefully as you listen to these words. Our planet never truly sleeps. Instead, it breathes in an endless rhythm of light and darkness. Imagine yourself continuing to drift higher. The atmosphere begins to appear as a delicate blue ribbon surrounding the planet. It is surprisingly thin. If the Earth were the size of a large apple, the breathable atmosphere would be thinner than its skin. Everything we have ever breathed, every cloud, every bird, every butterfly, every rainbow, every snowfall, exists within this remarkably slender layer of air. It protects us every single day. Without it, harmful radiation from the sun would reach the surface much more easily. Without it, temperatures would swing dramatically between scorching heat and freezing cold. Without it, there would be no gentle breezes carrying the scent of pine forests after rain. No drifting clouds casting moving shadows across green fields. No songs of birds greeting the morning. The atmosphere is invisible most of the time, yet it is constantly at work. Warm air slowly rises. Cool air gently sinks. These quiet movements create winds that travel around the globe, carrying moisture across continents and oceans. Some breezes barely stir a single leaf. Others become mighty currents flowing thousands of kilometers across the planet. Together, they help distribute warmth, shape weather, and connect every corner of the earth in ways we rarely notice. Even as you rest tonight, enormous rivers of air are moving high above you. Jet streams race across the upper atmosphere, guiding storms and influencing climates far below. You cannot hear them. You cannot see them. But they are there, quietly doing what they have done for countless generations. Now let your imagination drift downward once more. Below you stretches the Pacific Ocean. It is so vast that even from space it seems endless. Its deep blue waters cover an area larger than all the continents combined. Looking closely, you notice faint swirls beneath the surface. These are not waves. They are immense ocean currents. Some of them travel slowly for years before completing enormous loops around entire ocean basins. Together, they form one of Earth's greatest circulatory systems. Warm water flows away from the tropics. Cold water rises from the deep. Heat is shared across the globe through an intricate dance that has continued for millions of years. Without these gentle currents, many regions would experience dramatically different climates. The oceans quietly help regulate the world's temperature, making life possible in countless places. Although they seem calm from orbit, the oceans are filled with motion. Tiny waves ripple across quiet bays. Powerful swells travel thousands of kilometers after distant storms. Below the surface, unseen currents move silently through the darkness. Even deeper still, where sunlight never reaches, cold water creeps across the seafloor so slowly that a single journey may take centuries. The sea teaches patience. Nothing rushes. Everything unfolds in its own time. Now imagine the moon rising above the horizon. Its soft light reflects upon the ocean like a silver path stretching toward infinity. Though the moon appears gentle and distant, its gravity quietly reaches across nearly 400,000 kilometers of space. Every day, that invisible pull gently lifts the oceans. The tides begin to rise. Hours later, they slowly retreat. This peaceful rhythm has repeated itself for hundreds of millions of years. Long before people built the first cities, long before forests covered the continents, the tides were already arriving and departing with remarkable consistency. Many living creatures quietly organize their lives around this ancient rhythm. Tiny crabs emerge as the water recedes. Shorebirds search the wet sand for food. Coral reefs awaken beneath the returning sea. The entire coastline breathes together with the moon. Now your journey carries you toward land. From above, mountain ranges appear like enormous wrinkles across the surface of the earth. Some peaks rise gently. Others stand sharp and dramatic, their snowy summits catching the first light of dawn. At first glance, mountains seem permanent. They appear unchanging, almost eternal. Yet every mountain is slowly transforming. Wind smooths rough cliffs grain by grain. Rain carries tiny particles into rivers. Winter ice expands inside narrow cracks, gently breaking solid rock apart over countless seasons. Given enough time, even the tallest mountain slowly changes its shape. Nature is incredibly patient. It never hurries. It simply continues, one tiny moment after another. Far below, rivers begin their own peaceful journeys. Many start as little more than melting snow or quiet springs bubbling from hidden places underground. Tiny streams gather together. Streams become rivers. Rivers slowly wind through valleys, forests, grasslands, and canyons. Eventually, after journeys that may last thousands of kilometers, they reach the sea. No two rivers follow exactly the same path. Some carve deep gorges, through ancient stone. Others gently meander across wide floodplains, creating graceful curves that resemble flowing ribbons. Seen from the sky, they look almost like living brushstrokes painted across the landscape. The sound of flowing water has comforted living creatures for millions of years. Its rhythm is never exactly repeated, yet somehow it always feels familiar. Perhaps that is why so many people find rivers calming. They remind us that movement does not need to be hurried. Progress does not need to be loud. Even the mightiest rivers begin as tiny drops of water finding their way downhill. As twilight deepens, forests begin to appear beneath you. From above, they resemble vast green oceans stretching beyond the horizon. Each tree seems small on its own. Together, they create one of the largest living communities on Earth. A single mature tree quietly exchanges gases with the atmosphere every day. Its leaves gather sunlight. Its roots reach into the soil. Water climbs upward through its trunk in a journey so remarkable that it still inspires scientists. Without pumps, without engines, without machinery, water rises from deep underground to the highest leaves, powered by the remarkable physics of evaporation and the structure of the tree itself. It happens silently, patiently, every single day. As evening settles over the forest, many animals become active. Owls begin silent flights beneath the stars. Foxes step carefully between shadows. Tiny insects produce gentle songs that blend into the background like nature's own lullaby. Meanwhile, countless other creatures are already asleep. Birds tuck their heads beneath soft feathers. Deer rest quietly beneath trees. Even flowers respond to the coming night, gently closing their petals until morning returns. The earth is filled with rhythms of rest. And now, perhaps, you can begin joining them. The stars above remain perfectly still from your quiet place high above the world, although you now know they only seem motionless. In reality, everything in the universe is moving. The earth continues its graceful rotation. The moon follows its familiar path around our planet, and together they travel around the sun, while the entire solar system journeys through the Milky Way. Even surrounded by so much motion, the silence of space remains almost complete. Imagine drifting a little closer to the Earth once again. The first thing that captures your attention is the extraordinary shade of blue that dominates the planet. Nearly 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered by water. From orbit, it is this abundance of oceans that gives our home its unmistakable appearance. Astronauts often describe seeing countless shades of blue, from deep sapphire across the open sea to brilliant turquoise surrounding tropical islands where shallow water rests above white sand. The oceans have earned Earth a special nickname. Many people simply call it the Blue Planet. It is a fitting name because from space, land appears almost secondary. Great continents seem to float like islands upon an immense ocean that stretches farther than the eye can follow. Although the oceans appear connected from above, each has its own unique personality. The Pacific is vast beyond easy imagination, stretching farther than many people ever travel in a lifetime. The Atlantic gently separates continents that have exchanged stories, cultures, and explorers for thousands of years. The Indian Ocean carries warm currents that help shape the climates of distant lands. The Southern Ocean circles Antarctica in an uninterrupted flow unlike any other place on Earth. And the Arctic Ocean rests quietly beneath drifting sea ice, reflecting pale sunlight during endless summer days and shimmering beneath dancing auroras during long winter nights. Together, these oceans form one continuous body of water. A single drop of rain that falls into one ocean may, over many centuries, eventually travel into another. Water is wonderfully patient. It never worries about the length of its journey. Far below the surface, sunlight slowly begins to fade. At first, the water remains bright and inviting. Tiny fish swim through beams of light that ripple with every passing wave. Sea turtles glide effortlessly, scarcely moving their flippers as they drift through warm currents. Coral reefs appear like underwater gardens. Although they resemble colorful rocks, corals are actually living animals. Tiny colonies work together to build enormous limestone structures over thousands of years. Fish weave among delicate branches, finding shelter from larger predators. Bright sea anemones sway gently with the current, while curious clownfish dart in and out of their protective homes. Life here is vibrant, yet nothing seems hurried. Even the currents move with remarkable grace. As you continue descending, colors begin to disappear. Red fades first, then orange, then yellow. Eventually, everything becomes different shades of blue before darkness slowly takes over. This is not an empty darkness. It is simply another world. Many remarkable creatures have adapted to life where sunlight never reaches. Some produce their own gentle glow through a process called bioluminescence. Tiny flashes appear like underwater stars. A jellyfish pulses with soft blue light. A small shrimp glows for only a moment before fading once again into darkness. Far away, a delicate comb jelly reflects shimmering rainbow colors as it slowly drifts through still water. If you could remain perfectly quiet in these depths, you might notice something surprising. There is no constant roar, no endless chaos. Instead, the deep ocean is often astonishingly peaceful. Occasional whale songs travel for extraordinary distances through the water. Some of these haunting melodies may journey hundreds of kilometers before gradually fading away. Scientists believe whales use these low sounds to communicate across immense distances, creating conversations that unfold over entire oceans. Imagine hearing those gentle calls beneath the sea. Long, slow, almost musical, each note lingering far longer than sounds usually do in the air. The ocean seems to encourage everything to move more slowly. Even time feels different here. Now imagine rising gently back toward the surface. Above you, sunlight dances across countless tiny waves. Each ripple catches the light differently, creating millions of sparkling reflections. No two waves are ever identical. Every pattern forms only once before quietly disappearing. This has been happening every second for millions of years. The ocean is constantly creating tiny masterpieces that exist for only a moment. Along a distant shoreline, waves arrive one after another with comforting regularity. They never become bored. They never become impatient. Each wave simply completes its journey before making room for the next. Perhaps that is one reason people often feel calmer beside the sea. Its rhythm asks nothing of us. It simply continues. Nearby, grains of sand shift beneath the gentle water. Each grain has its own remarkable story. Many began as pieces of mountains. Rain, wind, rivers, and glaciers slowly broke enormous rocks into smaller and smaller fragments over unimaginable stretches of time. Eventually, those fragments became tiny grains carried downstream until they reached the coast. Every beach is therefore a collection of countless journeys. Some grains may have traveled hundreds of kilometers, others perhaps thousands. Each one moved a little farther every season until finally coming to rest beneath the waves. Now allow your attention to wander inland once again. Morning mist hangs above quiet forests. From above, the fog resembles a soft white blanket draped across rolling hills. As sunlight slowly filters through towering trees, tiny droplets sparkle upon leaves like scattered diamonds. Each droplet reflects an entire miniature world. Within every bead of water, upside-down images of branches and sky appear for a fleeting moment before the warmth of morning gently returns the moisture to the air. This quiet cycle happens every day. Water rises, clouds form, rain falls, streams flow. The oceans receive the water once more. Then the journey quietly begins again. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is hurried. Earth has been recycling the same water for billions of years. It is entirely possible that one sip of water you enjoy today once drifted through ancient rivers where dinosaurs gathered to drink. Perhaps another tiny molecule floated inside a cloud above the pyramids while they were still being built. Another may have rested inside a glacier during the last ice age. Water remembers no borders. It simply continues its endless journey through time. As the sun climbs higher into the sky, birds begin greeting the morning. Some sing complex melodies that echo through the forest. Others call with only a few simple notes. Each species has developed its own unique voice. To human ears, these songs often sound cheerful. To the birds themselves, they may be greetings, invitations, warnings, or gentle reminders that a new day has begun. Even these sounds contribute to the peaceful rhythm of Earth. Nothing seems forced. Everything unfolds naturally. Leaves flutter softly overhead. A squirrel pauses upon a branch before continuing its careful climb. Butterflies drift lazily between wildflowers, appearing almost weightless in the warm morning air. A gentle breeze carries the scent of pine, damp soil, and blooming plants. Some scientists believe humans naturally find these environments calming because our ancestors spent countless generations living among landscapes like these. Perhaps that is why simply imagining a quiet forest can help the mind begin to relax. As you continue listening, allow each sentence to become a little softer than the last. There is nowhere else you need to be. The Earth has been turning peacefully for billions of years. It will continue turning while you sleep. The forests will continue breathing. The oceans will continue rising and falling with the tides. Clouds will continue drifting across distant skies. Mountains will continue standing patiently beneath the stars. And as all these gentle rhythms continue without effort, you may find yourself becoming just a little heavier, a little quieter, and a little closer to sleep. The quiet morning continues to unfold without urgency. Somewhere beyond the horizon, sunlight is spilling gently across a wide meadow where countless blades of grass sway together in the breeze. None of them know exactly where the wind has come from, and none of them need to. They simply lean for a moment, then slowly return upright, moving together like gentle waves upon a green sea. From high above, the meadow appears almost alive. Patterns ripple across its surface as the breeze travels from one side to the other. It resembles the ocean, except these waves are made of living plants, each one quietly gathering sunlight and transforming it into energy through one of nature's most elegant processes. Every leaf you have ever seen is a tiny solar collector. Unlike machines built by people, leaves quietly repair themselves. They require no electricity, no engines, and no maintenance crews. Using only sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, they create the food that supports nearly all life on Earth. It is a process so common that we rarely stop to appreciate it. Yet every forest, every field, every flower, and every towering tree depends upon this silent miracle. Imagine standing beneath an ancient oak tree. Its broad branches stretch outward like welcoming arms. The trunk feels cool beneath your hand, rough with countless years of growth. If trees could speak in words we understood, this one would have stories reaching back farther than many human lifetimes. It may have witnessed generations of birds building nests among its branches. It may have shaded children playing beneath its leaves decades apart. It may have survived fierce storms, harsh winters, scorching summers, and gentle springs, adding one thin ring of wood with every passing year. Those rings remain hidden inside the trunk. Each one quietly records another chapter in the tree's life. Some rings are wide, marking years when rain was plentiful and growing conditions were kind. Others are narrow, reflecting seasons of drought or hardship. Without making a sound, the tree keeps its own history. Around its roots, an invisible world is just as busy. Millions of tiny fungi spread through the soil in delicate threads far thinner than a human hair. These threads connect one tree to another. Scientists sometimes call this vast underground network the Wood Wide Web. Through these hidden connections, trees may exchange nutrients, share chemical signals, and even help support younger saplings growing in deep shade. The forest is not simply a collection of individual trees. It is a community. Every root, every mushroom, every insect, every bird, and every fallen leaf plays a quiet role in maintaining the balance of the whole. A leaf eventually falls to the forest floor. It does not become waste. Tiny insects begin gently breaking it apart. Fungi slowly transform it. Bacteria continue the work until its nutrients return to the soil. Months or years later, those same nutrients may nourish a completely different tree. Nature has very little interest in throwing anything away. Everything becomes part of another story. Now your imagination drifts toward a mountain forest where the air feels cooler. Tall pine trees stand in orderly rows across steep slopes. Their needles remain green throughout the year, allowing them to continue gathering sunlight even during the colder months. When a gentle breeze moves through these forests, the sound is different from broadleaf trees. Instead of rustling leaves, there is a soft whisper, a long, gentle sigh, almost as though the forest itself were breathing slowly. Many people describe this sound as deeply calming, perhaps because it never asks for attention. It simply exists, surrounding anyone willing to pause long enough to listen. As sunlight filters through the branches, tiny particles of dust drift lazily in golden beams. Each speck follows invisible currents in the air. If you watched carefully enough, you might notice that no particle ever travels in a perfectly straight line. The air itself is always moving, carrying warmth, moisture, pollen, and countless tiny seeds across the landscape. Some seeds are astonishing travelers. The fluffy seeds of a dandelion may ride the wind far beyond the place where they first grew. Maple trees release spinning seeds that twirl gently toward the ground like tiny helicopters. Coconut palms allow their seeds to float across oceans until they eventually reach distant shores. Every plant has developed its own quiet strategy for continuing the story of life. Imagine now a single acorn resting beneath an enormous oak. At first glance, it seems ordinary, small enough to fit comfortably in the palm of your hand. Yet hidden inside is the complete blueprint for a tree that could live for hundreds of years. With enough rain, enough sunlight, and enough patience, that tiny seed may one day become a giant whose branches shelter birds that have not yet been born. Nature often hides extraordinary possibilities inside very ordinary things. As afternoon approaches, sunlight grows warmer. Bees begin moving steadily between flowers. Their work appears gentle, yet it is incredibly important. While collecting nectar, they unknowingly carry pollen from one flower to another, helping countless plants produce seeds and fruit. Without realizing it, these tiny insects support forests, orchards, gardens, and fields around the world. Their quiet flights help sustain life on a remarkable scale. Listen carefully in your imagination. You may hear the gentle hum of wings, the distant song of birds, leaves softly moving overhead, a nearby stream flowing over smooth stones. None of these sounds compete with one another. Together, they create a peaceful harmony that has echoed through forests for millions of years. As evening slowly begins to approach once again, long shadows stretch across the woodland floor. Golden sunlight filters between tree trunks, bathing everything in warm amber light. Many photographers call this the golden hour. For a brief time, the world seems softer. Edges become gentler. Colors become richer. The forest appears almost magical, though nothing extraordinary has happened. It is simply the changing angle of sunlight as Earth quietly continues its daily rotation. Somewhere nearby, a family of deer emerges cautiously from the trees. They pause often, listening more carefully than looking. Large ears rotate toward even the faintest sounds. Finding no danger, they continue grazing peacefully in the open meadow. Not far away, a rabbit sits perfectly still. Its stillness is remarkable. Minutes may pass before it moves again. Nature is filled with creatures that understand the value of quiet. Overhead, clouds continue drifting across the sky. Some resemble towering castles. Others stretch into long feather-like streaks high above the earth. Every cloud begins in much the same way. Tiny droplets of water gather around microscopic particles floating in the atmosphere. One droplet joins another, then another. Gradually, a cloud is born. Although clouds often appear solid from below, they are mostly empty space. If you could somehow gather an entire fluffy white cloud into a single container, you might be surprised by how much of it is simply air. Its beauty comes not from its weight, but from the countless tiny droplets reflecting sunlight together. As sunset approaches, those same droplets transform once again. White clouds become shades of gold, then orange, then soft pink. Finally, gentle purple as daylight quietly fades. The colors do not last long. They never need to. Tomorrow, another sunset will paint another masterpiece. Different, unique, equally beautiful. Perhaps this is one of Earth's most comforting lessons. Not everything beautiful needs to last forever. Some wonders exist only for a moment. That moment is enough. Night slowly settles across the forest. The first stars begin appearing one by one above the darkening trees. The air cools. The breeze becomes gentler. Daytime, birds gradually fall silent. Insects begin their evening chorus. Far away, an owl calls softly into the darkness. Its voice travels between the trees before fading into the peaceful night. Above it all, the earth continues turning exactly as it always has. Without effort, without hurry, without ever missing a single sunrise. And as the world keeps moving in its quiet rhythm, you may notice your own breathing has become slower. Your thoughts have become softer. And the comforting sounds of our remarkable planet are gently carrying you toward deeper relaxation. The night grows a little deeper, yet it never feels empty. Darkness on Earth is not the absence of life. Instead, it is the beginning of a different rhythm, one that belongs to creatures who awaken beneath the stars while much of the world rests peacefully. Above the forest, the sky has become a vast velvet canvas. One by one, countless stars reveal themselves. Some shine with a steady white light. Others appear faintly blue, golden, or even slightly reddish. Although they seem close together from where we stand, the distances between them are almost beyond imagination. The light reaching your eyes tonight began its journey years, decades, or even centuries ago. Some stars are so distant that the light now arriving on Earth first departed long before the invention of electricity, long before airplanes crossed the sky, perhaps even before entire generations of families were born. The night sky is a quiet messenger from the past. Every star carries a story that has been traveling across space with incredible patience. There is something wonderfully calming about that thought. The universe has never been in a hurry. Imagine lying on a soft grassy hillside far from the lights of any city. The air is cool but comfortable. A gentle breeze moves through the grass with barely a whisper. Somewhere nearby, a stream continues its endless journey downhill, its soft murmur blending naturally with the sounds of the night. Above you stretches the Milky Way. Across dark skies untouched by light pollution, it appears as a faint, glowing river flowing from one horizon to the other. For thousands of years, people from every culture looked up at this same luminous band and imagined stories to explain its beauty. Some believed it was a celestial pathway. Others imagined rivers of light, heavenly bridges, or trails left by ancient spirits. Today we understand that the Milky Way is our home galaxy, containing hundreds of billions of stars. Yet knowing the science does not diminish the wonder. If anything, it deepens it. Every tiny point of light you see may have its own family of planets. Some worlds may be rocky like Earth. Others may be wrapped in clouds of gas. Some could have brilliant rings. Others might orbit two stars instead of one. The universe is astonishingly diverse, and yet tonight, among all those countless possibilities, our attention remains lovingly focused on one small blue world. Our home, Earth. From this peaceful hillside, it is easy to forget that beneath you lies an incredibly active planet. Deep below the quiet grass, beneath layers of soil and stone, the Earth's interior remains warm. Far below your feet, temperatures become hotter and hotter as you travel downward. The deepest minds humans have ever built only scratch the surface of this immense journey. If it were somehow possible to continue all the way toward the center of the planet, you would pass through enormous layers of solid rock, regions where stone flows slowly over millions of years, and finally reach a core so hot that its temperature rivals the surface of the sun. Yet despite all that hidden energy, the ground beneath us usually feels wonderfully calm. It supports forests, rivers, mountains, and cities with quiet reliability. Every now and then, however, the planet gently reminds us that it is still alive. Mountains rise. Volcanoes reshape landscapes. Earthquakes shift enormous pieces of crust by only a few centimeters. Yet those tiny movements reveal a planet that is constantly evolving. Most of these changes happen so slowly that entire civilizations come and go before the landscape noticeably transforms. Nature measures time differently than we do. A century is only a brief moment. 1,000 years is simply another chapter. Millions of years become the patient brushstrokes that sculpt continents. Imagine now standing beside a cliff overlooking a peaceful valley. The rock beneath your feet tells a silent story. Each visible layer represents a different era. One band may have formed beneath an ancient ocean. Another may record the slow advance of a long-vanished desert. Higher still, volcanic ash from an eruption that occurred millions of years ago may rest quietly between layers of sandstone. The Earth is like a great library. Instead of pages, it keeps its memories in stone. Geologists have learned to read these rocky pages much like historians read old books. Every layer offers clues about climates, oceans, forests, and creatures that existed long before humans ever appeared. Even a tiny fossil embedded within a rock can reveal remarkable details about ancient worlds. Picture a small shell resting on the floor of a warm tropical sea hundreds of millions of years ago. When the creature's life ended, gentle layers of mud slowly covered it. More sediment arrived. Pressure gradually increased. Over immense stretches of time, the mud hardened into stone while preserving the shell inside. Today, Someone hiking high in the mountains might discover that fossil. It serves as a quiet reminder that places now towering above the clouds were once hidden beneath ancient oceans. The earth has transformed itself many times. Mountains have risen where seas once existed. Forests have grown where deserts once stretched. Glaciers have carved valleys that later filled with rivers. Nothing remains exactly the same forever, and somehow there is comfort in that. Change does not always happen suddenly. Often, it arrives so gently that it can only be noticed after many generations have passed. The breeze on the hillside becomes cooler. A faint scent of wildflowers drifts through the air. Tiny nocturnal insects continue their soft chorus, creating a natural soundtrack that never quite repeats itself. If you listen closely, you may notice small pauses between the sounds. Silence is just as much a part of nature's music as the notes themselves. Far overhead, a shooting star briefly crosses the sky. For only a second, a delicate streak of light appears before fading into darkness. Despite its familiar name, a shooting star is not actually a star. It is a tiny piece of rock or dust entering Earth's atmosphere at tremendous speed. As it encounters the air, friction heats the particle until it glows brilliantly. Most are no larger than a grain of sand. Such a tiny object can produce such a beautiful moment. Perhaps that, too, is one of Earth's quiet lessons. Great beauty does not always require great size. Sometimes the smallest things leave the deepest impressions. A dewdrop reflecting the morning sun, a feather resting upon still water, the fragrance of rain arriving after a warm afternoon, the gentle call of an owl echoing through distant trees. These simple moments rarely ask for attention, yet they remain among the experiences people treasure most. As the hours pass, the moon slowly climbs higher into the sky. Its soft silver light spreads across fields, forests, lakes, and mountains alike. Unlike the sun, the moon creates no light of its own. It simply reflects sunlight back toward Earth. Even reflected light can illuminate the world with extraordinary beauty. Perhaps there is something reassuring about that. Not everything needs to shine from within to bring comfort. Sometimes quietly reflecting warmth received from elsewhere is enough. The moon has watched over Earth for an unimaginably long time. Its steady presence has guided travelers, inspired artists, comforted dreamers, and quietly influenced the tide since long before written history began. Tonight, it continues that ancient tradition. Its pale glow rests gently upon the sleeping world. The forests remain peaceful. The rivers continue flowing. The oceans breathe slowly with the tides. The mountains stand patiently beneath the stars. And somewhere, perhaps without even realizing it, your own breathing has settled into the same calm rhythm that surrounds the natural world. The earth asks for nothing. It simply continues turning through space, carrying every sleeping forest, every quiet shoreline, every drifting cloud, and every listener gently into another peaceful night. The hours of the night pass almost unnoticed. There is no hurry for dawn to arrive. The earth has experienced billions of mornings, and it has never once rushed toward the next sunrise. Instead, it turns with quiet confidence, allowing every moment of darkness and every moment of light to unfold exactly when they should. Imagine yourself standing beside a perfectly still lake. The water is so calm that it reflects the sky with remarkable clarity. Stars seem to exist both above you and beneath your feet, creating the gentle illusion that you are standing between two endless heavens. A single leaf drifts onto the surface. Tiny circles spread outward. Each ripple grows wider and wider until it gently disappears. Nothing dramatic happens. The lake simply accepts the change, then gradually returns to complete stillness. Nature often responds this way. It adjusts. It settles. It finds balance once again. Perhaps there is something comforting in remembering that. As your thoughts move across the quiet water, notice the faint mist beginning to gather. During the evening, the ground slowly released the warmth it had collected throughout the day. As temperatures cooled, tiny droplets of water condensed into a soft veil floating just above the lake. Mist has a remarkable way of changing the landscape. Familiar trees become gentle silhouettes. Distant hills fade into pale outlines. Sound seems softer, as though wrapped in a warm blanket. The entire world feels quieter. Many photographers wake before sunrise hoping to witness moments exactly like this. Yet nature creates them freely, asking for nothing in return. Some mornings, the mist lasts only a few minutes before sunlight gently dissolves it. Other days, it lingers for hours, slowly drifting across valleys and fields like an unhurried traveler with nowhere particular to be. Above the lake, dragonflies begin their graceful flights. Their wings catch the first hints of morning light, flashing like tiny pieces of glass. Dragonflies have existed on Earth for hundreds of millions of years, long before birds filled the skies, long before flowering plants covered the land. Ancient relatives of today's dragonflies were already gliding above prehistoric wetlands. Some of those ancient species had wings nearly as wide as a modern hawk. The world has changed dramatically since then, yet dragonflies continue their elegant dance across quiet ponds every summer. Their flight appears effortless. They hover, move forward, drift backward, turn almost instantly. Scientists still study their remarkable flying abilities to better understand aerodynamics. Nature has been solving engineering challenges for far longer than humans have existed. Now let your attention drift beneath the surface of the lake. Sunlight gradually filters downward through crystal clear water. Tiny fish gather in schools that move as though guided by a single shared thought. When one changes direction, the others follow almost immediately. Together they create flowing shapes that constantly transform, expanding and contracting like living clouds. Among underwater plants, freshwater turtles rest upon smooth stones warmed by yesterday's sunshine. Frogs wait patiently among reeds, nearly invisible against the green surroundings. Water insects skim effortlessly across the surface, supported by the remarkable tension created where water meets air. To them, the surface is not something to sink through. It is a place to walk. The ordinary laws of the world appear wonderfully different depending on your perspective. A small snail slowly climbs a smooth stone. Its journey may cover only a few centimeters during the entire morning. Yet the snail never appears frustrated by its pace. It simply continues, one tiny movement after another. There is something peaceful about watching creatures that never seem concerned with time. The forest surrounding the lake gradually awakens. A robin sings from a nearby branch. Soon another answers, then another. Different species join in until the woodland becomes filled with gentle layers of birdsong. Scientists call this the dawn chorus. For a brief period each morning, countless birds greet the coming day together. The exact melodies differ from place to place, but the tradition has continued for countless generations. Imagine sitting quietly beneath a tall maple tree as this chorus surrounds you. Cool morning air brushes gently across your face. Sunlight filters through fresh green leaves overhead. The scent of damp earth rises after a peaceful night. Somewhere nearby, a squirrel pauses to nibble a seed before darting gracefully up the trunk of a tree. Everything feels calm. Everything feels exactly as it should. As the sun climbs higher, the forest begins to shimmer with tiny movements. Butterflies drift between colorful wildflowers. Honeybees continue their careful work. Spiders repair delicate webs that collected dew during the night. Each strand glitters briefly before drying in the warmth of morning. A spider's web is one of nature's quiet masterpieces. Silk thinner than a human hair is carefully woven into patterns of astonishing precision. Some webs stretch between branches. Others hide among tall grass. Each design reflects millions of years of gentle refinement. Despite their delicate appearance, many strands of spider silk are incredibly strong for their size. Nature often achieves remarkable results using surprisingly simple materials. A gentle breeze carries the sweet fragrance of wildflowers across the meadow. Flowers do not bloom all at once. Some open in spring. Others wait patiently until summer or autumn. Together they ensure that insects can find nectar across much of the year. Each blossom exists for only a short time. Yet while it blooms, it transforms the landscape with color and fragrance. Nothing in nature seems concerned about lasting forever. Instead, each season quietly offers its own gifts before making room for the next. Imagine walking slowly along a narrow woodland path. Sunlight dances across the ground through openings in the leaves above. No two patches of light remain in exactly the same place. The branches sway gently. The light shifts. Tiny shadows drift almost unnoticed across the forest floor. It is like watching time itself moving slowly through the trees. You come upon a fallen log resting quietly beside the trail. Although the tree is no longer growing, its story has not ended. Moss spreads softly across the bark. Tiny mushrooms appear after recent rain. Beetles explore narrow cracks beneath loose wood. Centipedes move carefully through the damp spaces below. What first appears to be the end of one life has quietly become the beginning of countless others. Nature rarely wastes an opportunity to begin again. Far overhead, a pair of hawks circles effortlessly on rising columns of warm air. Without flapping their wings very often, they glide for long distances, allowing invisible currents to carry them higher. The sky itself becomes a pathway. Below them, the forest stretches to every horizon, a patchwork of greens that changes subtly with each passing season. Some trees wear bright emerald leaves. Others appear darker, almost blue-green. Here and there, flowering trees add touches of white, pink, or purple to the landscape. Viewed from above, forests resemble living tapestries woven over centuries. Every tree has its own story, every clearing its own history, every stream its own destination. As afternoon slowly approaches, fluffy white clouds drift lazily overhead. Their shadows travel across hillsides with almost dreamlike grace. If you were watching from far away, you might notice that these moving shadows appear to paint the earth itself. Dark, light, dark again. The landscape breathes beneath the passing sky. And somewhere beyond those distant hills, another peaceful lake reflects another quiet sunrise. Another forest welcomes another gentle morning. Another river continues its patient journey toward the sea. The earth repeats these rhythms every single day, yet no 2 days are ever exactly alike. That quiet balance between familiarity and gentle change is part of what makes our planet feel so comforting. As you continue listening, there is no need to hold on to every detail. Allow each image to drift gently through your imagination like clouds crossing a calm blue sky. If some thoughts wander away, let them. If sleep begins to arrive, welcome it. The forests will remain. The lakes will continue reflecting the stars. The birds will sing again tomorrow morning. And the earth, steady and patient as always, will continue its peaceful journey through the vastness of space, carrying every mountain, every ocean, every tree, and every dreamer gently into another beautiful day. The gentle warmth of the afternoon slowly begins to soften, and the light takes on a rich golden glow that seems to wrap every hill, every tree, and every quiet stream in a blanket of calm. Somewhere far away, beyond the forest and beyond the rolling fields, an ancient mountain range stretches toward the horizon. From a distance, the mountains appear perfectly still. They have stood through countless seasons, watching forests grow and disappear, rivers carve valleys, glaciers come and go, and generations of people pass beneath their towering peaks. It is easy to think of mountains as permanent, yet even these giants are quietly changing. Every winter, tiny drops of water slip into narrow cracks in the rock. As temperatures fall below freezing, the water expands into ice. That gentle expansion, repeated year after year, slowly widens each crack. Eventually, after hundreds or even thousands of seasons, a small piece of stone breaks free. Gravity carries it a little farther down the slope. Rain smooths its sharp edges. Streams roll it gently against other stones. What was once a jagged fragment becomes a rounded pebble. Given enough time, even the strongest mountain slowly returns to sand. Nature never rushes. It simply continues its patient work. Imagine walking along a quiet mountain trail. The air feels cooler here. Every breath seems especially fresh, carrying the clean scent of pine needles, moss, and cool stone. Tall evergreen trees stand like silent guardians on either side of the path. Their branches sway gently whenever a breeze wanders through the valley. Above them, the peaks reach into the sky, their highest slopes dusted with snow that may have fallen months before. Even during summer, some patches of snow remain tucked into shaded corners where the sunlight arrives only briefly each day. Tiny alpine flowers bloom among the rocks. Their growing season is short, yet they make the most of every warm day. Bright yellow blossoms, delicate purple petals, tiny white flowers no larger than a thumbnail. Each one transforms a harsh rocky landscape into something unexpectedly gentle. Far below, a stream begins its journey. At first, it is little more than melting snow slipping quietly between stones. Another small trickle joins it, then another. Soon a cheerful brook winds its way downhill, weaving through moss-covered rocks and fallen branches. The sound is soft. Water flowing over smooth stones has a rhythm unlike any other. It is never exactly the same twice, yet it always feels familiar. Many people find themselves relaxing almost immediately when they hear running water. Perhaps it is because flowing water has been part of Earth's soundtrack for hundreds of millions of years. Long before cities, long before roads, long before language, streams were already singing their quiet songs through ancient forests. As the brook grows into a river, it begins shaping the landscape. Every curve tells a story. Fast-moving water carries tiny grains of sand. Those grains gently polish the stones beneath. Over many centuries, narrow channels become broad valleys. Cliffs become rounded hills. Even solid rock gradually yields to the patient persistence of flowing water. There is a quiet lesson hidden in that process. Strength is not always loud. Sometimes the greatest changes come through gentle persistence. Drop by drop, season by season, year after year. Imagine pausing beside a small waterfall. Sunlight catches the mist rising from the falling water. Tiny rainbows appear for just a moment before fading again. The air feels pleasantly cool against your skin. Nearby ferns thrive in the constant moisture, unfurling graceful green fronds toward the light. Moss carpets every damp stone with thick cushions of emerald green. Everything here seems refreshed. Everything seems alive. The waterfall itself has no destination to hurry toward. It simply follows gravity, one graceful cascade after another. The water that rushes past you today may eventually reach a great river. From there it may travel to the ocean. Months or years later, sunlight may lift it into the sky as vapor. Clouds may carry it across continents before it falls once again as gentle rain or quiet snow. Every drop belongs to an endless journey. Nothing is ever truly lost, only transformed. Now lift your eyes toward the sky. A golden eagle glides effortlessly above the mountain ridges. Its wings remain almost perfectly still. Invisible currents of warm air rising from the sunlit slopes carry the bird higher and higher without effort. From this great height, the eagle sees forests stretching to distant horizons, silver rivers winding through valleys, tiny lakes sparkling like polished mirrors. Everything below appears peaceful. Everything appears connected. Clouds drift slowly across the blue sky. Their shadows wander lazily over hillsides, cooling one meadow while sunlight brightens another. The landscape changes minute by minute, yet so gently that the transition feels almost dreamlike. High above the tallest peaks, thin wisps of cloud stretch across the atmosphere like delicate brushstrokes. These icy clouds travel where the air is cold and calm. Although they seem motionless, they too are quietly journeying around the world. The mountain air becomes quieter as evening approaches. Daytime, birds gradually settle into the trees. A gentle breeze carries the fragrance of wild herbs growing among sun-warmed rocks. Somewhere nearby, a marmot whistles before disappearing into its burrow. Mountain goats carefully pick their way across impossibly steep cliffs, placing each hoof with remarkable precision. To them, rocky slopes that seem dangerous to us are simply home. Nature has shaped every creature to fit its surroundings with quiet elegance. As the sun lowers toward the horizon, the mountains begin to glow. First, the highest peaks catch the golden light. Then the warm colors slowly descend across the slopes. For a few peaceful moments, the rocks seem almost to shine from within. Photographers often wait patiently all day for this fleeting light. It lasts only minutes. Yet those few minutes remind us how beautifully Earth changes throughout the day. No sunrise repeats itself exactly. No sunset is ever truly identical. Every evening paints the world in new colors. The first cool breath of night arrives. One by one, stars begin appearing above the dark silhouettes of the mountains. The valley below grows quiet. The stream continues flowing exactly as it did during the afternoon. The wind continues whispering through the pines. Nothing has stopped. The rhythm has simply become softer. As darkness gently settles over the landscape, the mountains remain exactly where they have always been. Patient, silent, and enduring. They ask for nothing. They simply exist, offering shelter to forests, guiding rivers toward the sea, and reminding anyone who visits that the earth has all the time it needs. Perhaps that same feeling can find its way into your own thoughts. There is nowhere to rush, nothing to accomplish before sleep arrives. Like the mountains, you can simply be still. Allow your breathing to become slow and steady. Allow the quiet images of forests, rivers, waterfalls, and distant peaks to drift gently through your imagination. And while the earth continues its timeless journey beneath the stars, you can relax a little more deeply, knowing that tomorrow the rivers will still flow, the forests will still sway in the breeze, and the mountains will patiently greet another peaceful sunrise. The stars continue their quiet vigil above the mountains, while the cool night air settles gently across forests, valleys, and open fields. Nothing in nature seems eager to hurry toward morning. Instead, every landscape rests in its own peaceful rhythm, allowing the hours of darkness to unfold slowly and naturally. Imagine that your journey now carries you away from the mountains and toward a wide, open plain. The land stretches as far as the eye can see. Rolling grasslands ripple beneath a gentle breeze, creating soft waves that travel across the earth like slow-moving tides. Under the silver light of the moon, every blade of grass catches a tiny glimmer, and together they shimmer as though the land itself were breathing. These grasslands are among the quiet giants of our planet. At first glance, they may appear simple, but beneath the surface lies a remarkable world. The roots of grasses often extend much deeper into the soil than the plants rise above it. Hidden underground is a living network that anchors the earth, stores water, and helps protect the land from erosion. While the wind plays among the leaves above, another silent story unfolds below. Countless earthworms slowly move through the soil. Tiny beetles travel through narrow tunnels. Microscopic fungi weave delicate threads between roots. Invisible bacteria quietly transform fallen leaves into nutrients that future plants will use. Even a handful of healthy soil contains an astonishing variety of life. Most of it remains unseen. Yet without these tiny workers, forests would struggle to grow, fields would lose their richness, and many of the landscapes we treasure would slowly change beyond recognition. Nature often depends upon its smallest inhabitants. The greatest forests owe much to organisms too tiny for us to notice. As your attention settles upon the ground, notice the texture beneath your feet. Soil is much more than dirt. It is a patient mixture of weathered rock, ancient leaves, countless generations of living organisms, tiny pockets of air, and precious drops of water. Every grain has been shaped by time. Some began as mountains. Others formed beneath ancient seas. Many traveled hundreds of kilometers before finally coming to rest where they are today. The earth is always recycling its own history. Nothing remains unchanged forever. A towering cliff slowly becomes gravel. Gravel becomes sand. Sand becomes fertile soil. From that soil, forests grow. When those forests eventually return to the earth, the cycle quietly begins once again. Imagine kneeling beside a patch of wildflowers. Each blossom has opened at exactly the right moment for the season. Some flowers greet the morning sun. Others wait until evening, welcoming moths instead of bees. Their colors appear bright to human eyes, but many insects perceive patterns invisible to us. Ultraviolet markings guide pollinators toward the nectar hidden deep within each flower. What seems like a simple blossom is actually a carefully designed invitation. The partnership between flowers and pollinators has developed over millions of years. Neither rushed. Both gradually adapted together. It is another example of nature's remarkable patience. A butterfly drifts quietly from one flower to the next. Its wings move so gently that they seem almost weightless. Every pattern upon those wings serves a purpose. Some help with camouflage, others warn predators. Some simply reflect sunlight in beautiful ways. No two butterflies are exactly alike. Each carries tiny differences that make it unique. Yet all of them share the same graceful way of floating through the warm afternoon air. Watching a butterfly rarely makes anyone feel hurried. Its flight invites us to slow down, to notice, to appreciate. Nearby, a gentle breeze carries the fragrance of blooming lavender, fresh grass, and warm earth. Scents have a remarkable connection to memory. A single fragrance can transport the mind to another place or another time. The smell of rain on dry ground. Fresh pine after a cool morning. Ocean air carried inland by the wind. Wildflowers blooming beneath a summer sky. These simple scents become part of our quiet collection of memories, often without us realizing it. Now imagine a peaceful orchard filled with fruit trees. Their branches bend gently beneath the weight of ripening apples, pears, or cherries. During spring, these same trees were covered in blossoms. Bees visited them one by one. Months later, those blossoms have become fruit. Nature never hurries this transformation. Each day contributes only a tiny change. Yet by the end of the season, the difference is extraordinary. Many of Earth's greatest transformations happen this way, almost too slowly to notice. The orchard is calm. Leaves rustle softly overhead. Birds hop from branch to branch, searching for insects among the bark. Some fruit eventually falls to the ground. Nothing is wasted. Small mammals discover it. Insects begin their quiet work. The remaining seeds may one day become entirely new trees. Every ending quietly becomes another beginning. As afternoon slowly fades toward evening, long shadows stretch across the fields. The sunlight softens into rich shades of gold and amber. The air cools just enough to feel refreshing. A family of rabbits emerges cautiously from tall grass. They pause often, listening carefully before continuing their gentle search for food. Nearby, a fox moves silently along the edge of the meadow. Its footsteps are almost impossible to hear. Every movement is smooth, measured, and calm. Predators in nature are rarely reckless. They conserve energy, moving only when necessary. There is an elegance in that quiet efficiency. High above, swallows perform graceful loops through the evening sky. They capture tiny insects while barely seeming to flap their wings. Their flight appears playful, almost joyful. Soon they too will settle for the night. As the sun slips below the horizon, the western sky glows with layers of orange, pink, violet, and deep blue. Each color gradually melts into the next. No sharp edges, no sudden changes, only a slow, peaceful transition from day into night. Twilight has always been one of Earth's gentlest moments. The daytime world slowly relaxes. The nighttime world slowly awakens. Neither interrupts the other. Instead, they meet briefly in perfect balance. The first stars begin appearing once again. One, then another. Soon the familiar constellations quietly return above the darkening landscape. The moon rises gently over the distant hills, bathing the fields in pale silver light. Grass glows softly beneath its reflection. The breeze becomes lighter. The sounds become fewer, yet the silence never feels empty. Somewhere an owl begins its evening call. Crickets continue their patient chorus. A distant stream keeps flowing exactly as it did all day. The earth has not changed its rhythm. It has simply turned another page in its endless cycle of light and darkness. And while fields, forests, rivers, mountains, and oceans continue their quiet work, your own mind can become just as peaceful. Each breath a little slower, each thought a little softer, each moment carrying you gently toward deeper rest. The world outside asks nothing of you tonight. It simply continues turning through the vastness of space, carrying every sleeping forest, every calm ocean, every silent meadow, and every dreamer safely into another beautiful night. The night settles more deeply across the earth, wrapping the landscape in a gentle stillness that feels almost timeless. The air has cooled, the winds have softened, and even the busiest places seem quieter beneath the calm glow of the moon. Far from towns and cities, where the darkness is complete, the stars shine with remarkable clarity. There are so many that it becomes impossible to count them. Some appear bright enough to catch your attention immediately. Others remain faint, almost hidden among the countless points of light scattered across the heavens. Long before telescopes existed, people gathered beneath skies like these and simply watched. They noticed how certain groups of stars returned with each season. They learned that the night sky could help them find direction, measure the passing of time, and remind them that every evening was part of a much larger rhythm. Imagine yourself lying comfortably on a gentle hillside covered with soft grass. The ground beneath you still holds a little warmth from the day, while the cool evening air brushes lightly across your face. There is no sound except the occasional breeze and the quiet chorus of insects hidden among the plants. Above you, the moon hangs peacefully in the darkness. Its surface appears smooth from here, but you know it is covered with mountains, valleys, and ancient craters formed over billions of years. Without the moon, Earth would be a very different place. Its gentle gravity steadies our planet's tilt, helping to keep the seasons relatively stable over incredibly long periods of time. The moon also guides the tides, slowly lifting and lowering the oceans every single day. Although it seems distant, its quiet influence reaches every coastline on Earth. Picture a peaceful beach under moonlight. The tide is slowly rising. Tiny waves slide across smooth sand before gently retreating again. Each wave leaves behind delicate patterns that shimmer in the silver light. By morning, most of these patterns will have disappeared, replaced by entirely new ones. Nature never repeats itself perfectly. Even the shoreline creates fresh artwork every single day. Small shells rest quietly along the water's edge. Each shell once belonged to a tiny sea creature that carefully built its home one layer at a time. Some spiral gracefully outward. Others resemble delicate fans. Some are perfectly smooth, polished by years of gentle waves. Others carry tiny ridges that catch the light in beautiful ways. If you were to collect a handful of shells, no two would be exactly alike. The ocean delights in creating endless variety. Now imagine walking slowly along that quiet shoreline. The sand feels cool beneath your feet. Occasionally, a tiny crab scurries across the beach before disappearing into a small burrow. Further along, smooth pieces of driftwood rest where the tide left them. Some traveled only a short distance down a nearby river. Others may have drifted across open water for months before finally reaching this peaceful shore. Every object carried by the sea has its own quiet journey. Far offshore, the surface of the ocean reflects the moon like a long silver ribbon stretching toward the horizon. Beneath that calm surface, life continues without interruption. Schools of fish move together with astonishing precision. Sea turtles glide through gentle currents that have carried their ancestors for millions of years. Whales travel enormous distances across entire oceans, following ancient migration routes that existed long before humans drew maps. Some species return to the same breeding grounds generation after generation. How they navigate such immense distances continues to inspire scientists around the world. Perhaps they sense Earth's magnetic field. Perhaps they recognize subtle differences in sound or water chemistry. Nature often accomplishes extraordinary things with quiet confidence. As you continue along the shoreline, your attention shifts upward toward the sky once more. A faint band of light stretches across the heavens. The Milky Way, our home galaxy. Although it appears peaceful from Earth, our solar system is quietly orbiting the center of this enormous collection of stars. That journey takes roughly 230 million years to complete. The last time Earth occupied this exact position in the galaxy, dinosaurs had not yet appeared. The scale of cosmic time is almost impossible to imagine. Yet somehow, instead of feeling overwhelming, it can feel comforting. The universe has all the time it needs. The Earth has all the time it needs. Perhaps tonight, you can allow yourself to feel the same. There is no need to hurry your thoughts. No need to chase tomorrow. This moment is enough. A cool breeze drifts in from the sea, carrying the fresh scent of salt water. You pause for a moment simply to listen. The rhythm of waves, the whisper of the wind, the distant cry of a seabird. These sounds have greeted countless generations, long before modern cities existed, long before ships crossed the oceans. These same waves quietly rolled onto these same shores. The coastline has changed little by little over thousands of years. Cliffs have slowly worn away. New beaches have formed. Sandbars have shifted with storms and tides. Yet the peaceful conversation between sea and land has never stopped. Now your journey carries you away from the coast and toward a broad desert beneath the stars. Many people imagine deserts as empty places. In truth, they are wonderfully alive. During the day, the sun fills the landscape with warmth and brilliant light. At night, temperatures often fall quickly, leaving the air cool and wonderfully clear. Without clouds to block the view, the stars seem brighter than almost anywhere else on Earth. Gentle dunes stretch across the horizon like frozen waves. The wind has shaped every curve, grain by grain, year after year. Even sand moves with remarkable patience. A dune may slowly travel across the landscape over decades, quietly reshaping the desert without anyone noticing from one day to the next. Tiny desert flowers wait patiently beneath the soil. Months may pass without rain, sometimes years. Then, after a single generous rainfall, seeds awaken almost overnight. Within days, colorful blossoms appear across the landscape. The desert transforms from golden sand into a living garden. Nature teaches us that quiet waiting is never wasted. Sometimes extraordinary beauty simply needs the right moment to emerge. As midnight quietly passes, the earth continues its endless rotation. Forests sleep, rivers flow, mountains stand beneath the stars. The oceans breathe gently with the tides. Clouds drift high above unseen landscapes. Every part of the planet continues its own peaceful rhythm. And while all these quiet journeys unfold, you may notice your own breathing becoming slower and steadier. The weight of the day begins to disappear. Your thoughts become lighter, like clouds moving gently across the sky, like waves returning peacefully to the sea, like leaves drifting slowly to the forest floor. The earth has carried life for billions of years with extraordinary patience. Tonight, it carries you too, safely, quietly, gently, as another peaceful night unfolds beneath the stars. The first hint of morning is still far beyond the eastern horizon, yet the earth has already begun preparing for another sunrise. It does this every day without fail. No bells announce the coming dawn. No signal is given. The planet simply continues its graceful rotation, carrying one part of the world slowly into daylight, while another settles more deeply into the peaceful embrace of night. Imagine floating high above the earth once again. From this remarkable distance, you can see the delicate curve of the horizon. One side of the planet glows softly beneath the sun, while the other remains wrapped in darkness. Between them lies a gentle ribbon of twilight. Astronauts often describe this thin band as one of the most beautiful sights they have ever witnessed. It slowly travels across oceans, deserts, forests, mountains, and cities, quietly connecting night and day in a continuous dance that has never stopped for billions of years. The line between darkness and daylight is never sharp. Instead, light gradually arrives. First, the stars begin to fade. Then the deepest shades of black become dark blue. Soon hints of purple and violet appear. A little later, soft pink spreads across the horizon, followed by warm shades of orange and gold. The earth never rushes a sunrise. It allows every color its own quiet moment. As the first rays of sunlight touch the highest mountain peaks, those distant summits begin glowing long before the valleys below awaken. Snow reflects the morning light with remarkable brilliance. The tallest trees catch the golden glow across their upper branches while their roots still rest in cool shadows. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, daylight descends into the valleys. Morning arrives gently. Imagine standing beside a peaceful river at this early hour. Mist rises softly from the water where the cool night air meets the gentle warmth of the flowing current. The river appears almost dreamlike. Its surface reflects both the fading stars above and the brightening sky beyond the hills. Every now and then, a fish briefly breaks the surface before disappearing again, leaving behind delicate circles that slowly expand until they vanish. Nothing disturbs the calm for very long. A kingfisher waits patiently upon a low branch extending over the water. It watches with complete stillness. Then, in one swift movement, it dives beneath the surface and returns almost immediately. Its remarkable eyesight allows it to judge the movement of fish even through the shifting reflections of the water. Nature often combines beauty with extraordinary precision. Nearby, reeds sway gently with the morning breeze. Tiny droplets of dew cling to every stem. Each droplet acts like a tiny lens, bending sunlight into miniature rainbows visible only from certain angles. The smallest details of Earth often become the most beautiful when we take the time to notice them. As the sun rises higher, the mist slowly begins to disappear. Not because it has vanished forever, but because it has simply changed. The tiny droplets return quietly to the air. Later they may become clouds. Perhaps tomorrow they will return as rain. Water is endlessly patient. It is always becoming something new. Imagine following the river as it winds through the countryside. It passes beneath old stone bridges. It curves gently around forests. It widens into peaceful lakes before narrowing once more between rocky cliffs. Along its banks, countless living things depend upon its steady presence. Willow trees stretch graceful branches toward the water. Otters slip silently beneath the surface before reappearing several meters away. Dragonflies hover above calm pools, their transparent wings flashing in the sunlight. Every bend in the river offers another small world waiting to be discovered. Farther downstream, the current slows. Sediment carried from distant mountains begins settling gently upon the riverbed. Over hundreds or thousands of years, these tiny particles build fertile plains where grasses, flowers, and forests thrive. The richest landscapes on Earth are often gifts from rivers that have been quietly carrying minerals for countless generations. Nature has an extraordinary way of connecting distant places. A grain of sand washed from a mountain may one day nourish a field many hundreds of kilometers away. The Earth works patiently, linking one landscape to another in ways we rarely notice. Now imagine following the river until it reaches a great wetland. Tall reeds sway softly in the breeze. The water here moves so slowly that it becomes almost perfectly still. Lily pads float peacefully across the surface, providing resting places for frogs and insects alike. Herons stand motionless in the shallows, waiting with remarkable patience for the right moment to catch a passing fish. Patience is everywhere in nature. The spider waits quietly for the morning dew to dry. The owl waits through daylight before beginning another night. The flower waits for the season when warmth returns. The tree waits through winter before opening fresh leaves. Nothing appears anxious. Everything unfolds according to its own rhythm. Perhaps there is comfort in remembering that not everything needs to happen immediately. Some of life's most beautiful moments arrive only after quiet waiting. A gentle breeze ripples across the wetland. Thousands of tiny reflections shimmer upon the water. Clouds drift overhead, changing shape so slowly that the transformation feels almost invisible. One moment they resemble distant mountains. A little later, they become graceful feathers stretched across the sky. Soon they dissolve completely into brilliant blue. No cloud tries to remain exactly the same. It simply changes with the wind. As afternoon approaches once again, warm sunlight fills the landscape. Butterflies continue dancing among flowers. Bees move steadily from blossom to blossom. Birds sing from hidden branches. Every creature contributes its own gentle note to the peaceful orchestra of the earth. Above them all, invisible currents of warm air rise from the sunlit ground. Hawks and eagles circle effortlessly upon these rising columns, scarcely moving their wings. To watch them glide is to witness complete trust in the natural forces surrounding them. They do not fight the wind. They work with it. There is wisdom in that quiet partnership. The earth offers countless gentle lessons to anyone willing to slow down enough to notice them. The river teaches persistence. The mountains teach patience. The forests teach cooperation. The oceans teach rhythm. The sky teaches openness. And the changing seasons remind us that every ending quietly prepares the way for another beginning. As evening begins its slow return, golden light once again spreads across the landscape. Long shadows stretch over fields. The river reflects the colors of sunset until it seems to glow from within. Everything grows softer. Everything becomes quieter. The world prepares itself for another peaceful night. And as the earth continues its endless journey through space, carrying every forest, every mountain, every ocean, and every quiet river beneath the stars, you may feel yourself becoming lighter, calmer, more peaceful. With each slow breath, the gentle rhythms of the planet become your own. There is nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, only the quiet turning of the earth, only the calm passage of time, only this peaceful moment, carrying you gently toward restful sleep. As the final light of day slowly melts into evening once more, the earth continues its quiet journey through the vastness of space, never pausing, never hurrying, simply moving with the same steady rhythm it has followed for billions of years. Imagine watching the planet from far beyond the moon. From this peaceful distance, the Earth appears as a brilliant blue jewel floating in an ocean of stars. White clouds slowly spiral across the continents. Great oceans shimmer beneath the sunlight. The polar regions glow softly beneath blankets of snow and ice. There are no borders visible from here. No highways. No cities. Only one beautiful world, wrapped in a delicate atmosphere that protects every forest, every river, every mountain, every animal, and every person who calls it home. The longer you look, the more peaceful it becomes. Our planet is constantly in motion. It spins gently on its axis. It circles the sun once each year. The moon faithfully orbits around it. Together, they travel through the Milky Way, while the galaxy itself moves through the expanding universe. Everything is moving. Yet from this quiet viewpoint, everything feels perfectly calm. Perhaps that is one of Earth's greatest gifts. Even during constant motion, it offers a feeling of stability. Imagine following the edge of the atmosphere as sunlight slowly fades into darkness. A thin blue glow hugs the curve of the planet. This fragile layer is all that separates the living world from the silent vacuum beyond. It is astonishingly thin. If the Earth were the size of a classroom globe, the atmosphere would be thinner than a coat of fresh paint. Yet within that narrow layer exists every breeze that has ever cooled a summer afternoon. Every cloud that has carried rain across distant fields. Every rainbow that has appeared after a passing storm. Every bird that has soared above mountains. Every breath ever taken by every living creature. It is a quiet reminder that remarkable things do not always need to be enormous. Sometimes the most important parts of a story are the most delicate. As you continue drifting peacefully above the world, notice the slow dance of clouds. Some stretch across entire continents. Others form tiny puffs over lonely islands far out at sea. Clouds are constantly changing. They gather. They separate. They rise. They dissolve. No two are ever exactly alike. Yet every cloud begins with the same tiny droplets of water joining together in the cool air. Nature often creates great beauty from the smallest beginnings. Below the clouds, forests breathe quietly. During the day, leaves gather sunlight and gently release oxygen into the atmosphere. At night, the forests rest beneath the stars while countless nocturnal creatures begin their own peaceful routines. Owls glide silently between branches. Foxes explore woodland paths. Tiny insects fill the darkness with soft, rhythmic songs that seem almost designed to encourage peaceful thoughts. Far away, waves continue arriving at sandy beaches. The tides rise. The tides fall. The moon watches over the oceans just as it has for countless ages. No wave is ever exactly repeated. Each one forms, reaches the shore, and quietly returns to the sea, making room for the next. There is no competition, only rhythm, only gentle continuity. Now imagine standing once more beside that quiet shoreline. The sand beneath your feet feels cool after sunset. Tiny shells glimmer faintly in the moonlight. Far out across the water, the horizon almost disappears into the night sky until sea and stars seem to become one endless expanse. The sound of waves is wonderfully predictable, never identical, always familiar. It reminds us that repetition does not have to become boring. Sometimes repetition becomes comfort, like breathing, like a heartbeat, like the turning of the earth itself. As your imagination wanders inland, vast forests stretch quietly beneath the stars. Towering trees sway gently in the night breeze. Their leaves create a soft whisper that has comforted living creatures for millions of years. Beneath the branches, tiny seedlings patiently wait for small openings in the canopy where sunlight will one day reach them. Some may wait decades before receiving enough light to grow taller. Yet they wait without impatience. Nature understands that every season arrives in its own time. Nearby, rivers continue flowing toward distant oceans. The water does not question the journey. It simply follows the landscape, sometimes swiftly through narrow gorges, sometimes slowly across peaceful plains, always moving, always adapting, always finding a way forward. There is something deeply reassuring about water. It reminds us that progress is possible without force. Gentle persistence can shape entire continents. Drop by drop, year after year. Imagine now the deserts beneath the stars. Golden dunes, so warm beneath the daytime sun, have become cool and peaceful. The wind quietly smooths every ridge. Tiny footprints left by daytime travelers gradually disappear. By morning, the landscape will look completely new. The desert teaches us that change can happen quietly, without announcement, without hurry, only through the patient work of time and wind. Far to the north, glaciers rest beneath the shimmering colors of the aurora. Curtains of green and violet light ripple gently across the polar sky. These dancing lights are created when tiny particles from the sun meet Earth's magnetic field high above the atmosphere. Although the science behind them is remarkable, their beauty remains wonderfully simple. They drift, they shimmer, they slowly fade, then they return again another night. Across the equator, tropical rainforests continue their endless cycle of life. Warm rain falls gently through layers of leaves. Drops collect upon broad green surfaces before falling once again to the forest floor. Every level of the forest shelters different living creatures. Bright birds rest high in the canopy. Monkeys swing carefully through branches. Tiny frogs hide among damp leaves below. Countless insects continue their quiet work beneath fallen logs. The rainforest is one of Earth's busiest places. Yet somehow, from above, it appears perfectly peaceful. The same is true of the entire planet. From space, there is no sign of hurry, only slow-moving clouds, gentle sunlight, quiet oceans, steady rotation. Perhaps that wider perspective offers one final lesson before sleep arrives. Many of the worries that feel enormous during the day become much smaller when viewed from a little farther away. The Earth has weathered ice ages, volcanic eruptions, meteor impacts, changing continents, countless seasons. Still it continues turning with calm determination. Tonight, it carries every mountain, every ocean, every forest, every desert, every cloud, every bird, every whale, every flower, and every sleeping person on the same peaceful journey through the stars. It asks for nothing in return, only that we notice its quiet beauty from time to time. As your breathing becomes slower, imagine the Earth continuing its endless voyage beneath you. Clouds drift gently over distant seas. Moonlight reflects across calm lakes. Rivers wind silently through sleeping forests. Snow rests upon quiet mountain peaks. The deserts cool beneath brilliant stars. Gentle winds move through endless fields of grass. Somewhere, dawn is beginning. Somewhere else, evening has just arrived. Every moment, somewhere on Earth, another beautiful chapter is quietly unfolding. And now, as this peaceful journey continues, you can allow yourself to drift a little deeper into comfort, a little deeper into stillness, a little deeper into sleep. The Earth will keep turning. The oceans will keep breathing with the tides. The forests will keep whispering in the breeze. The mountains will keep standing patiently beneath the sky. The stars will continue shining above our remarkable blue world. And while all of nature continues its timeless rhythm, you can simply rest, knowing that our beautiful planet has been quietly carrying life for billions of years. And tonight, it is gently carrying you. The journey continues, not with urgency, but with the same quiet rhythm that has guided the Earth since its earliest days. Somewhere beyond the horizon, the sun is beginning another morning. Elsewhere, twilight is gently fading into night. On the opposite side of the world, millions of people are asleep while countless nocturnal creatures begin their peaceful wanderings beneath the stars. The Earth never asks every place to experience the same moment. Instead, it allows every landscape its own time, every forest its own dawn, every coastline its own sunset, every mountain its own first light. Imagine yourself standing upon a broad hill overlooking a patchwork of valleys below. Morning fog drifts lazily between the hills like slow-moving rivers of cloud. The highest treetops emerge from the mist, their branches glowing softly beneath the first golden rays of sunlight. The scene feels almost dreamlike. For a little while, the world seems suspended between night and day. Even the birds begin their songs one voice at a time. First comes a single quiet note, then another. Soon the hillside is filled with gentle melodies rising from hidden branches. No conductor leads this orchestra. No clock tells the birds exactly when to begin. Each simply responds to the growing light. Together they create one of the oldest concerts on Earth. The dawn chorus has echoed through forests for millions of years. Long before people built houses. Long before roads crossed valleys. Long before written history. The birds were already greeting each sunrise. Now let your attention drift toward a quiet meadow covered with tiny wildflowers. Morning dew still rests upon every blade of grass. Each droplet reflects the surrounding world upside down. If you looked closely enough, you might see an entire sunrise contained within a single drop of water. The smallest details often carry the greatest wonder. A tiny ladybug carefully climbs the stem of a flower. Its bright red shell glows in the warm sunlight. Step by step, it explores its small corner of the world without any sense of hurry. Nearby, a butterfly opens its wings, allowing them to warm in the morning light before beginning another graceful flight. The meadow itself seems alive with gentle movement. Bees drift from blossom to blossom. Dragonflies glide silently above the grass. Tiny grasshoppers leap through the stems before disappearing from sight. Every creature follows its own rhythm. None compares itself to another. Nature simply allows each living thing to become exactly what it was meant to be. The breeze becomes slightly warmer as the morning continues. It carries the fragrance of wildflowers, fresh earth, and distant pine forests. Scents travel remarkable distances. The aroma of flowering trees may drift for kilometers. The smell of rain often arrives before the first drop ever reaches the ground. Ocean breezes carry traces of salt far inland. The earth quietly shares its presence through the air around us. Imagine now following a narrow woodland path. Sunlight filters through layers of green leaves overhead, creating moving patterns upon the forest floor. Each passing breeze rearranges the patches of light and shadow. No pattern lasts for very long, yet each one is beautiful while it exists. A fallen tree lies peacefully beside the trail. Its journey as a towering giant has ended, but another story has already begun. Soft moss spreads across the bark. Tiny mushrooms emerge after recent rain. Woodpeckers search beneath loose bark for insects. Beetles carefully tunnel through the slowly changing wood. The fallen tree has become a home, a shelter, a source of nourishment. In nature, endings are rarely final. They simply become beginnings for something else. Nearby, a gentle stream continues flowing over smooth stones. The water is wonderfully clear. Sunlight reaches the bottom, where rounded pebbles rest quietly beneath the current. Some stones are dark gray. Others glow with shades of brown, gold, or soft red. Every one has been shaped by countless years of flowing water. The sharp edges disappeared long ago. Only smooth curves remain. There is something deeply calming about that slow transformation. The river never forces the stone to change. It simply continues flowing. Day after day, season after season, century after century. Eventually, patience accomplishes what force never could. Imagine picking up one of those smooth stones. It feels cool in your hand. Perhaps it began its journey high in the mountains millions of years ago. Rain loosened it from a cliff. Snow carried it downhill. Streams rolled it gently against countless other rocks until every rough edge disappeared. Now it rests peacefully beside the water. Its long journey has shaped not only its appearance, but its story. Above the trees, white clouds drift lazily across the blue sky. They seem almost weightless. Although they contain countless tiny droplets of water, they float because those droplets are incredibly small, supported by gentle currents of rising air. Some clouds will eventually gather into rain. Others will quietly fade beneath the warmth of the afternoon sun. Every cloud has its own brief life. None tries to remain forever. As midday approaches, warmth spreads across the landscape. The forest becomes brighter. Leaves sparkle whenever a breeze turns them toward the sun. Birds continue searching for seeds and insects among the branches. Squirrels leap confidently from tree to tree, following pathways only they seem able to see. Far above them all, a hawk circles gracefully. It scarcely flaps its wings. Instead, It trusts the invisible currents rising from the warming earth. Sometimes the gentlest path is also the strongest. Nature reminds us of this again and again. Water flows around obstacles. Trees bend with the wind. Birds glide upon moving air. Nothing struggles against the world when cooperation will do. The afternoon slowly softens toward evening. Golden light stretches across distant hills. Long shadows grow across meadows. The forest seems quieter now, not because life has disappeared, but because another gentle transition has begun. Day slowly prepares to welcome night. The earth never rushes these changes. Every sunrise arrives gradually. Every sunset departs slowly. Perhaps that is why they feel so peaceful. Imagine climbing one final hill before evening fully arrives. From its summit, you can see forests reaching toward distant mountains. Silver rivers winding through broad valleys. Lakes reflecting the orange sky. Tiny villages resting quietly beside fields. Everything below appears connected. The rivers feed the forests. The forests shelter the animals. The clouds water the fields. The oceans guide the climate. The winds carry seeds across the land. Nothing exists entirely alone. Our planet is a magnificent web of quiet relationships. As the sun slips gently below the horizon, the first evening star appears once again. The air cools. Crickets begin their familiar songs. A gentle breeze moves through tall grass. One by one, stars return to their places overhead. The earth has completed another peaceful day. Without fanfare, without interruption, simply by continuing the steady rhythm that has guided it for billions of years. And now, as darkness settles once more across forests, rivers, mountains, and oceans, you may notice that your own breathing has become slower than before. The thoughts that once seemed important have drifted quietly into the distance. The sounds of the natural world have become softer. The calm of the earth has become your calm. There is nothing left to accomplish tonight. Only this peaceful journey. Only the quiet turning of our remarkable blue planet. Only the gentle invitation to rest as the earth continues carrying every living thing safely through the endless sea of stars. The journey is almost complete, not because the earth has reached a destination, but because every journey eventually becomes another beginning. For billions of years, our remarkable planet has traveled through the darkness of space without ever stopping. Every mountain, every ocean, every forest, every desert, every river, every cloud, and every living creature has shared that extraordinary voyage together. Tonight, you have quietly joined that journey. Imagine yourself once more drifting high above the earth. The planet slowly turns beneath you with perfect calm. The great oceans shine like polished sapphire. White clouds spiral gently across continents. Snow-covered mountains catch the first light of a distant sunrise while another part of the world rests peacefully beneath countless stars. There is no noise here, only silence. Only the quiet beauty of a living world floating through an endless universe. From this peaceful distance, every landscape becomes part of a single masterpiece. The rainforests breathe softly beneath warm, tropical skies. The deserts stretch endlessly beneath brilliant stars. The grasslands ripple gently with the wind. The great rivers continue their patient journeys toward distant oceans. Ancient forests whisper beneath moonlight. Glaciers sparkle beneath pale, northern skies. Coral reefs flourish beneath clear blue seas. Every place is different. Every place belongs. Imagine watching sunrise move slowly across the curve of the earth. The first rays of light touch lonely islands surrounded by endless ocean. Minutes later, golden light reaches distant coastlines. Forests awaken. Birds begin their morning songs. Morning mist rises quietly above rivers. Wildflowers open their petals to greet another day. Farther west, mountains catch the sunlight upon their highest peaks. Snow glows with soft shades of pink and gold. The valleys below remain wrapped in cool shadows just a little longer before welcoming the warmth of morning. Elsewhere, gentle rain falls across quiet woodlands. Each drop lands softly upon leaves before slipping downward toward the forest floor. Tiny streams begin carrying that water toward larger rivers. Eventually, every river continues toward the sea. Nothing rushes. Everything belongs to a rhythm older than memory itself. Across the oceans, whales continue their ancient migrations. Sea turtles follow invisible pathways beneath the waves. Tiny plankton drift with the currents. Coral reefs quietly shelter thousands of remarkable species. Above them, waves rise and fall beneath the steady pull of the moon. The tides continue exactly as they have for countless ages. One breath in, one breath out. The oceans seem almost alive. In many ways, they are. Now imagine drifting above a vast forest once more. From the sky, the canopy resembles a great green ocean. Each tree quietly gathers sunlight. Each root reaches patiently into the earth. Hidden beneath the soil, countless tiny organisms continue their silent work, returning nutrients to the ground, supporting new life, and preparing the forest for generations yet to come. Everything is connected. Everything supports something else. A fallen leaf becomes rich soil. The soil nourishes a seed. The seed becomes a tree. The tree shelters birds. The birds scatter new seeds. The story continues. Nature rarely ends a sentence. It simply begins another paragraph. High above, clouds continue their endless voyage. Some become rain. Others become snow upon distant mountains. Spring melt feeds rivers. Rivers nourish valleys. Valleys bloom with flowers. Flowers welcome bees. Bees help create fruit. Fruit feeds countless creatures. The quiet cycle continues without needing applause. It has never asked for recognition. Only time. The earth has always been wonderfully patient. Imagine standing upon a quiet cliff overlooking the sea as evening gently returns. The sky glows with shades of amber, rose, lavender, and deep blue. Each color slowly melts into the next. The waves below catch the last light of the sun before reflecting the first light of the moon. For a brief moment, day and night seem to hold hands across the horizon. Perhaps that is one of Earth's greatest gifts. It reminds us that transitions can be gentle. Morning does not force away the night. Spring does not rush winter. The tides do not fight the shore. The wind does not argue with the trees. Everything moves together. Everything belongs. As darkness slowly settles once again, the stars quietly return overhead. Some are close neighbors in our galaxy. Others lie so far away that their light began traveling toward Earth long before our modern world existed. Yet tonight, their gentle glow reaches your eyes. Light itself has been patiently making this journey across the universe. What extraordinary patience the cosmos possesses. The Earth shares that same calm. Every sunrise arrives exactly when it should. Every season follows another. Every forest slowly grows. Every mountain gradually changes. Every river finds its way. Nothing truly stands still. Yet nothing appears hurried. Now let your attention return to your own breathing. A slow breath in. A gentle breath out. Feel the quiet steadiness that has carried you through this journey. The forests remain. The oceans continue breathing with the tides. The rivers continue flowing toward the sea. The winds continue circling the globe. Clouds continue drifting across the sky. The moon continues watching over the night. The stars continue shining beyond imagination. And the earth, the beautiful blue world beneath us, continues turning with perfect patience. long after this story becomes quiet, long after sleep gently arrives, long after morning welcomes another day, the planet will still be carrying every mountain, every tree, every flower, every bird, every whale, every forest, every dream, every heartbeat, on its endless journey through the stars. So now, there is nothing more you need to think about, nothing left to remember, nothing left to accomplish. Simply imagine yourself resting peacefully upon this remarkable world. Feel its quiet strength beneath you. Feel its ancient rhythm. Feel its endless patience. The Earth has carried life safely for billions of years. Tonight, it carries you too. May your breathing remain slow. May your thoughts become as light as drifting clouds. May your dreams be as peaceful as moonlit oceans. May your rest be as deep as ancient forests. And as our beautiful blue planet continues its silent voyage through the infinite darkness of space, you can simply let go, drift a little farther, become a little lighter, become a little quieter, and allow yourself to fall into a deep, peaceful, and restorative sleep, while the Earth keeps turning, quietly, patiently, beautifully, forever. As our journey around the Earth gently comes to an end, perhaps you've discovered something quietly wonderful. Our planet doesn't rush, yet it accomplishes extraordinary things. Every sunrise arrives exactly when it should. Every season patiently follows the last. Every river finds its way to the sea. Every forest grows one leaf at a time. Every mountain is shaped by countless gentle moments. The Earth reminds us that beauty often lives in quiet places, that patience is a kind of strength, that even the smallest moments, a falling leaf, a drifting cloud, or the sound of gentle waves, can bring a deep sense of peace. Long after this story has faded into silence, the oceans will continue breathing with the tides, the forests will keep whispering in the breeze, and the stars will continue shining above our remarkable blue world. Wherever you are tonight, I hope these peaceful facts have helped your mind become a little calmer and your heart a little lighter. Thank you for spending this quiet journey exploring the wonders of Earth with me. If you enjoyed this relaxing adventure, I'd love for you to join me again for another peaceful journey through science, nature, history, or the universe. Until then, let the calm rhythm of our beautiful planet stay with you. Sleep peacefully, dream gently, rest deeply, and may tomorrow greet you with the same quiet beauty that the Earth has shared with us tonight. Good night and sweet dreams.